Graduates and guests, can I please ask you all to stand for Professor Peter Clegg, Executive Dean of the Institute of Life Course and Medical Sciences, and Professor Susan Dawson, Dean of the School of Veterinary Science.
Okay, please be seated. I declare this congregation for the celebration of our graduates open. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our graduation ceremony. It is really wonderful to welcome you all here in person at long last. I know it's 16 months late, and most of you have got a lot of mileage under your belts in veterinary practice now, so it is a very different graduation. I'm Professor Peter Clegg. I'm Executive Dean of the Institute of Life Course and Medical Sciences, and I want to say firstly what a tremendous privilege and pleasure it is to be here with you today as we celebrate the important milestones in your lives, together with your families and fellow students, your lecturers, and all those who have supported you through your journey graduating from the University of Liverpool. I have been in exactly the same position as you today, not as a student at this university, but as a student graduating in veterinary medicine, in my case from the University of Cambridge over 30 years ago. Your graduation ceremony is a day to celebrate and to reflect, and I recall that it is also a day of very mixed emotions. I remember feeling both relieved and proud to have completed my studies, and sad that this chapter of my life at the university had come to an end, and also excited and nervous about the future and what it has in store for me. And obviously you've experienced, post-university life now, so in some ways your emotions are different, but it still is a very special day. But that was a long time ago, and today is all about you and your achievements and your personal successes here at the University of Liverpool. It's a day to look forward to the future and to feel excited about your aspirations and career or future study plans. Most of all, it's a day to celebrate everything you've achieved and to enjoy the moment with your loved ones and with those who you've studied alongside and those who you've learned so much from. It's also a day to enjoy a return to this great city and to receive a warm welcome from the university. And certainly we've got a really good weather day today, so make the most of it. It's usually November. Liverpool's often not at its best, so make the most of the sun. We hope you and your guests will join us after the ceremony for a drop-in reception at the Mountford Hall in the Guild. We hope that the city of Liverpool will always feel like home whenever you return. You may have chosen to stay here and make the city your home, or you may have already called it your home already when you joined us in the first year of university. We hope that whatever your relationship with the city, that it is at a place where you have made friends and memories which will last a lifetime. You are the very first students of this university to graduate here in this building, the Yoko Ono Lennon Centre, the newest addition to the Liverpool campus. Music is a point of pride for anyone originally from this city and for anyone choosing to make Liverpool their home. It may even be one of the reasons you wanted to come to study and live in this city. Music may be important to people more than football is in this city. One way or another, music is the reason why so many people want to visit Liverpool and why so many people love it. And music is something that anyone from any academic discipline or background can enjoy and participate in. And so it feels particularly appropriate to hold our great university's graduation ceremonies here on campus in this new state-of-the-art performance space dedicated to teaching, performance, and enjoyment of music for all. But as well as being an iconic and memorable city for music, you will know that University of Liverpool's School of Veterinary Science was the first veterinary school to be part of the university and has always been a leading education provider for the vets of the future. We are unique among British veterinary schools, having 2 on-site working farms, 2 referral hospitals, 3 first opinion practices, all with full hospitalisation and surgical facilities. These facilities have helped your lecturers train you to become practical, compassionate and resilient in your choosing careers, with the skills and qualities required to practice in the 21st century. Veterinary profession is changing fast. Certainly when I graduated 30 years ago, the technological advances and the corporate nature of practice was unbelievable when you looked backwards to where we were 30 years ago. And I suspect we will continue to see rapid evolution, and your requirement to have lifelong learning to keep up with the pace of development is going to be vitally important. You've been stretched to think beyond the textbook, lecture theatre, laboratory and operating theatre, and you've been encouraged to apply that knowledge to the world around you. By being places of debate, universities are one of the most important pillars of our society. Your University of Liverpool education has enabled you to realise just how far you can go and provide you with the skills you need to get there. Higher education is built on a spirit of collaboration. The free flow of ideas and knowledge depends on it. Our university makes huge difference to people's lives, locally, nationally, and globally. I'm enormously proud to represent a faculty full of students whose skills, energy, and insight will solve the problems we face in the world today and the challenges of the future. You need only to look at the buildings that make up the university campus, which stand as a testament to the importance we place on our history as pioneers in science. At the turn of the 20th century, not long after the university was founded, the world's first public radio transmission crackled into life thanks to research carried out by the University of Liverpool's Professor Oliver Lodge. He would later demonstrate the first surgical use of X-ray and play an instrumental role in establishing the first X-ray department in the country. The Oliver Lodge building on the North Campus stands as a beacon to his work and inspiration for new generations of physicists. 5 minutes away from the Oliver Lodge building is the Chadwick building, named after Sir James Chadwick, who established the university as a hub of research in nuclear physics. Our state as one of the world's leading institutions in nuclear particle accelerator physics draws from his work. Chadwick is best known for his discovery of the neutron in 1932, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize. The university has played a pivotal role in propelling scientific revolution. We have 9 Nobel laureates who have led the way in fields as diverse as the life cycle of malarial parasites to nuclear disarmament. These and our many other notable alumni, discoveries and research profile might be some of the very reasons you chose to study at our university. We are so grateful that you did, and we are enormously proud of each and every one of you, not least because you've experienced a university journey unlike anyone else before you. The past few years have been unlike any other period in history. This is true for all of us sat here today and for many people around the world who continue to experience the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on our personal lives, on our health system, on our economies, on our shared environment, and on our plans for the future. So many lives have been lost and so many families separated. If you have not been personally affected, then you will obviously know someone who has been. Students in universities up and down the country and all around the world have been hit hard by the disruptions to their education and your social life that the pandemic has caused. Your university experience has been different to what you imagined, and at times it will have been very difficult. Your experience and well-being has been the forefront of our decision-making over the period of the pandemic, but we have had to carefully consider and balance so many decisions around your teaching arrangements and your safety on campus. I know it has not been easy for you. I know you've had long days, sleepless nights, and difficult times. And I'm sure graduating into veterinary practice in the world of COVID has not been easy. And we've had difficult times which have been exacerbated by these unique global circumstances. COVID-19 has devastated and divided people and continues to do so, but it has shown the best of human spirit as well. A university is a community, just like any other, and I'm extremely proud of the many ways which our students and staff at the university, and particularly those in our Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, have been and continue to be part of the pandemic response. From healthcare students and clinical researchers volunteering to help to treat patients and as part of the vaccination efforts, to researchers working tirelessly to find drugs, sequence genomes, analyze data, and much more in order to help to control the virus and inform public policy. Our faculty prides itself on facing the problems of society and putting our hands up to say we can solve them. The university has community and civic missions running through its rich history. To this day, we remain committed to this important civic mission in the city of Liverpool and to our role as an anchor institution here. We continue to make real economic, social, health, employment, and cultural contributions to this great and unique city. We are a university that takes real pride in equality of opportunity and in delivering projects and activities which widen access for students who are traditionally underrepresented in higher education. Learners from low participation neighbourhoods, care leavers, disabled students, estranged students, adult learners, asylum seekers and refugee students, as well as students from minority ethnic backgrounds. Knowledge should be celebrated, discussed, and debated, and it should be accessible to all. It is through the discussion and dissemination of ideas and knowledge that society is shaped. Our aim is to inspire, engage, and enable every single student to fulfill their potential by raising their awareness, challenging boundaries, and providing opportunities. As a student here, you'll have walked past a plaque, perhaps daily, fixed to our Victoria building, which reads, "For the advancement of learning and ennoblement of life." This is the foundation on which our university was built, and it is a motto that continues to guide us to this day in all that we do. I will make an educated guess from my many years of attending graduation ceremonies here. You are planning to already pose for a graduation photo in front of our Victoria building. This beautiful and iconic red brick gallery and museum towers over the campus and serves as our most recognizable backdrop in many, many social media posts. This building was designed by Alfred Waterhouse and has been a central part of the university for over a century. It houses an incredible collection of weird and wonderful curiosities. It contains the world's most important display of false teeth, which I haven't looked at yet, and as well as many other more fitting exhibitions of fine art. The ordinary bricks and terracotta dressings selected for the Gothic exterior of the Victoria building led to the coining of the phrase Red Brick University. And this was termed by Bruce Truscott, a pseudonym adopted by Edgar Allan Pears, who was professor of Spanish at the university from 1922 to 1952, who wrote an influential book of the same title about universities originating in the 19th century. Indeed, we are and always will be the original Red Brick University, and in turn you will always be Liverpool originals. Our university has a long, successful history of graduating, inspiring alumni who have gone to achieve great things. You have now joined a talented international alumni community, a fundamentally important part of our University of Liverpool facility. Our alumni community supports our students in many ways. Some you may have personally experienced while studying here, from delivering lectures and workshops to running alumni networks, offering work placements and mentoring. We hope that, like so many of our alumni, you will stay in touch with us and help guide and support our future students and broaden their horizons through your own experience. It is through you that we are known. You are our greatest ambassadors, and through your achievements and the careers you will go on to have, you will also become role models and an important source of inspiration for the next generation of graduates. Since the early months of 2020, that made such an indelible mark on our lives. The entire world is a change that was inconceivable to all of us prior to the pandemic. The pandemic has had a profound effect on everyone's lives. It's made us truly appreciate our loved ones and the experience and memories we make together. I want to take a moment to celebrate the role that your loved ones, perhaps family, perhaps friends, perhaps both, have played in your success. I hope today you will find a moment to thank them for their support and personal sacrifice. For families and friends, lecturers and placement leads, and all those who have supported you on your journey, today is a day of celebration for them too. Whatever challenges you have experienced during your time with us, remember that through hard work, determination, and a strong support network, you overcame them all. Your capacity to think critically and challenge honestly, forged by the teaching staff, your classmates, and our community, will help you to prepare for whatever comes next. This is your well-earned opportunity to take a moment and consider just how far you've come. Despite the challenges, I hope you'll also remember many happy and joyful moments during your time at the University of Liverpool. And not only from an academic perspective, of course, I know that through your time here you will have forged connections and made friends who will stay with you for the rest of your lives. Today is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new chapter in your lives. Graduation is about looking forward as well as back, and each of you has a promising future ahead. Whatever path you choose to take, and whatever opportunities you seize, you now have a much sought-after qualification from a world-renowned university. You have a range of experiences and have developed a carefully honed set of skills which will serve you well, and you have the ongoing support as you start your career. A veterinary degree is an immensely valuable passport for your future career. I'm sure most of you undertook this degree very much as I did to become a veterinary practitioner. However, it is important to realize that However, it is important to remember that it does open doors for many diverse careers which may not be things which you appreciated when you entered veterinary school. In my current role at the university, it gives me great pleasure that my current role as Executive Dean of the Institute of Life Course and Medical Sciences, that as a mere vet, I now manage the School of Medicine and School of Dentistry, which shows the preeminence of the veterinary profession in all sorts of things. And this is a career path I would never have considered when I was sat where you are today. My career aspiration was to work in mixed practice in the north of England, when I graduated, and now I'm a senior academic. A University of Liverpool veterinary degree is the best preparation you could hope for us to make most of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. And we look forward to hearing about all that you go on to achieve in your future career. Students, you have demonstrated such resilience and motivation during your time with us. Never forget how important you are to the university. You are the beating heart of our institution. Without you, the university would be but classrooms and lecture halls. When we work together, the university is the place where discoveries are made, ideas are formed, friendships are forged, career paths are decided on, and lives are changed. It is where we work together as staff and students that education is truly transformational. Thank you. I now invite Professor Susan Dawson, Dean of the School of Veterinary Science, to present the graduates from our class of 2020.
Good morning. Professor Clegg, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present to you the following graduates from the class of 2020. Rachel Gilroy. Marisol Collins. Alice Addis. Max Stockwell. Robin Veer Nicol. Sarah Louise Renison. Amanda Jane Steers. Alan James Ritchie. Elizabeth Irene Johnson. Amelia Jane Perring. Vasilis Chansiaris. Christopher Peter Deakins. Rebecca Margaret Grace. Alice Gibbons. Imogen Abbott. Imogen DeLavis. Ailsa Jenny Brownlee. Helen Jane Clark. Kate Louise Alexander Redfern. Chloe Rebecca Hemingway. Cara Rachel Coulson-Ashworth. Elizabeth Finn. Laika Michelle Conrad. Anna Louisa Almeida Warren. Emily Holland. Alice Elizabeth Crowe. Natalie Sarah Hill. Neve Hughes. Alexandra Dunn. Harriet Eloise Davenport. Carolee Bird. Sean Black. Emily Bocock. Sinead Buckingham. Florence Mary Dickens. Rebecca Shan Hood. Bethany Jane Elliott. Owen Fletcher. Catherine Ann Halford. Sam Higgs. I apologise, I'm going to take my hat off because I haven't grown into it yet, so it keeps sliding off, making it difficult to read. Megan Hooper. Neve Catherine Blackburn. Tasha Anindwita. Sarah Davinia Edwards. Chris Saskia Cornelia Collins. Megan May Cummings. Anna Gregory. Iona Mary Hill. Chelsea Holden. Joseph Edward Dowse. Kate Sarah Barnes. Nathan Hom. Isabel Goody. Julia Emma Brand. Natalie Dix. Lucy Carter. Tess Goodwin. Catherine Hext. Natalie Susan Alicia Heathcote. Laura Jane Hill. Bethan Greatrix. Steph Gowing. Jessica May Dunn. And Rachel Louise Hall.
Thank you, Professor Dawson, and I do like the whooping and the hollering, and it's a great support for the graduands. So thanks, everybody. I'd like now to invite Owen Fletcher to join us at the stage to reflect on his student experience and the experience of the student body.
Professors, distinguished guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates, welcome. What a privilege it is for us all to gather and celebrate in our joy, future, and collective achievement. You would ordinarily close this speech by saying how certain you are that everybody graduating today will enjoy many future triumphs. However, as we gather 16 months post-graduation, the reality is that we are already reveling in our own profound success. Social media, friendships, alumni in our profession entwine our journeys. How nice we no longer must envisage life as a vet. Certainly the profession is very different to the portrayals of James Herriot that my own parents reference still as if it were a documentary. We are members of a diverse, progressive and intrinsically caring community that remains interesting enough to mean something different to every single one of us. What does it mean to be a vet? To some, today will be the realization of a lifelong dream. For many, like myself, you'll still feel there's a long circle of life ahead. The nice thing is that all our paths will be different, yet will remain innately connected. Whether you pursue a specialism, academia, general practice, or something entirely different, we all built our foundations here at university. One of the things I think we should celebrate is how fortunate we all are to have met. The saying goes that the general practitioner knows less and less about more and more until eventually they know nothing about everything. Meanwhile, the specialist knows more and more about less and less until eventually they know everything about nothing. Pertinent it is then that as we grow, we acknowledge each other's abilities, experiences, and perspectives. The veterinary industry develops exponentially around us to the point that none of us can comprehend what, as a cohort, we may have achieved by the time we reach retirement. However, the foundations we have are reliable and strong. Applying to vet school in 2015, there were only 8 choices, now 11. At the time, my genuine belief was that I wouldn't get in. However, what Liverpool Vet School understands above all else is that our academic merits are not entirely synonymous with being a vet. If that was the case, we'd all be redundant because of Google. After all, our clients' primary recollection often ends up detached from the diagnosis as one of humility, empathy, and trust. These characteristics could have been the mantra for our time here at university. There isn't a single peer in this room that you wouldn't want to treat your own pet companion, and there isn't a single peer in this room that you wouldn't call on if you needed help yourself. Vet school can be a roller coaster, late nights studying, unforeseeably early nights partying, friendships, relationships, exams and life. This doesn't all stop now, but neither does the cohesion that we've so memorably created. University truly was the best days of my life, with fulfilling adventures, learning and lifelong friends, meaning every story I've told since starts with me and my friend Richard. I would therefore like to say an enormous thank you to all the staff that make Liverpool Vet School the institute that it is. However, I'm also tremendously humbled to have been asked to address all the proud families, friends and partners here today. We all came to university to achieve a mutual goal and qualify as a veterinary surgeon. However, along the way we've stepped out of our comfort zones, overcome challenges and have hopefully grown somewhat closer to being in the real world. We can all be very proud today and are each a credit to the support and encouragement our families have invested in us over the years. Moving forwards, we shouldn't plan too hard. We would never have imagined being here 5 years ago, so let's just enjoy getting to where we'll be in 5 more. As we each invariably reach the end of our hopefully long and esteemed careers, we will surely have many landmarks, memories and hilarious stories. However, while the view from the top will inevitably be spectacular, we will only regret not taking the time to appreciate our journey there. And with vet school having passed by in the blink of an eye, I hope we can all leave and savour every moment of fulfilment we get from what we do. Thank you very much. And have the way done.
Well, thank you, Owen. I thought that was an excellent speech, and as a specialist who now realises he knows everything about nothing, I think those were very wise words. So thank you. Really like us to bring this graduation ceremony to close. Really just thank you for all your input. You do make the university, and we're very proud of you. It's been it's been an interesting era. I imagine your first 16 months in veterinary practice has been interesting, to say the least. So well done to the families. It's through your support that they've made the success of why they are here. So well done, everyone. I now declare this congregation for the celebration of our graduates closed. Salva sit universitas nostra, quod procantes consurgamus.
Graduates and guests, please stand.